So with 2 weeks left to go until the launch of Black Desert on the Xbox One, here are 5 things you need to know before you go ahead and buy. First of all, there is no structured endgame PvE content. There's no raids or dungeons to be found. The PvE content in Black Desert is pretty much the same from level 1 until the end of the game, which coincidentally doesn't end. Black Desert's a non-stop progression. Your sole focus is to amass as much wealth as possible to try and improve your gear and become as strong as you can. This strength then translates to the real endgame of Black Desert, which is the PvP. Now whether you're taking part in Siege Wars, Node Wars, or you're just PvPing in the open, or even the Red Battlefield, the one war zone in the current game, this is going to be your main focus. If you're not a PvPer, then Black Desert really isn't going to be the game for you. PvP is all around, and that's the main focus of this game. Despite the non-stop grind, Black Desert remains enjoyable. The sole reason for this is the combat. The combat's much more engaging than most other MMOs. Unlike other games where you tab between targets and press skills in a certain sequence, Black Desert is all combo based. These combos are pulled off through directional movements on the analog sticks, as well as using the triggers, and through a limited amount of key slots you have. This translates pretty well from the PC. Now, although some combos are a little clunky and some classes don't quite feel as smooth as they did on the PC release, this doesn't take anything away from the combat. And once you get your hands on the controller, have played for a couple of hours, and get used to your class, things really start to flow smoothly. Black Desert has one of the most enjoyable combats in the MMO market to date. Now, Black Desert doesn't just have PvP. It also introduces a really interesting take on professions. Whether it's horse breeding, alchemy, or you just choose to be a farmer and cook your own crops, there's something for everybody in Black Desert. So although there's no structured PvE content, that doesn't mean that there isn't something here for you. You can quite literally spend your entire time devoted purely to becoming an alchemist, never leaving a city, and just relying on your workers to gather materials for you to then process and craft. This is made a lot simpler thanks to the AFK mechanic, the fact that you can actually leave your computer on while your character processes. This, coupled with the workers gathering materials for you, means that whether you're grinding or not, playing or asleep, you can still be progressing your character. And finally, what kind of a Black Desert video would this be if we didn't talk about the pay-to-win aspects of the game? Black Desert is undeniably a pay-to-win game. If you have enough money to throw at this game, you can progress a lot faster than other people. However, that being said, you don't need to pay. There are cosmetic items that you're really going to want, such as the pets that loot for you, costumes to help improve some experience. But beyond that, there's very little that we would consider mandatory items in the game. If you want to throw money at the game, by all means, you're always going to get some kind of a return. However, there's nothing here that you can't get from playing the game. And thanks to this cash shop, there will always be things listed on the marketplace where people have bought them with real money and tried to turn them into silver to help progress their characters. So yes, Black Desert is pay to win. However, that doesn't take away from the fact that Black Desert is a fantastic game. If you're looking for a PvP-centric game with lots of progression where you can invest as little or as much time as you want, there's nothing that compares to this game for the Xbox currently. The Elder Scrolls might do the PvE side of things better, but I haven't found a game that does the PvP quite as good as Black Desert to this date. Character customization, endless opportunity to progress your character, non-stop fun, massive siege warfare, node wars, and even structured PvP. Sign me up for Black Desert.